Andrew Cooper here, Advice for Living Financial Planning, now in Rosanna, of course. Well, it's been over 2 weeks now since the US election, and it finally looks like President Trump, although he won't admit defeat, will at least make way for President-elect Biden. On the back of this news, and also the very positive news about vaccines, which have been very successful in trials, financial markets, particularly in the US, have responded very, very well indeed. As a result, we've seen quite an uptick in many of your portfolios over the last week or two. Against this background, I'm still concerned about the future for commercial property funds, and as a result, we're working through our reviews with you, and we're reviewing whether or not to adjust any property holdings. For the most part, we've been switching out of property funds and into infrastructure funds. Infrastructure funds invest in things like toll roads, electricity generation, gas and water. All indications are that these assets should perform well in coming years, whereas we're seeing difficulties with commercial property. Already we've seen large amounts of vacant office space in cities, and there's also concern about shopping centres. Now, many of you will have seen probably items in the news where large retail chains are either going broke or they're just closing stores in many of the shopping centres. So that causes us some concern with that. The virus issues in the UK and Europe are looking very bad, although it doesn't seem to have affected their financial markets that much. I am cautious, of course, because it's a situation that seems to be changing quite rapidly. Fortunately, of course, most of you don't have a lot of exposure to Europe. Instead, global share funds typically have probably half of their position in the USA, and the pandemic seems to be having remarkably little impact on their share market performance, which is quite, well, the whole thing is quite staggering to me. The disappointing area is in cash and fixed interest. Those of you with term deposits will note that interest rates for those investments are now not even keeping up with inflation. As a result, we've been looking at some portfolios and having clients put money into either Australian shares so that they can at least get the dividends, or alternately we're looking at some other sort of cash type investments that pay a higher interest rate. All indications are that we can expect to see very low interest rates for cash for quite some time to come. On the financial side, that's it. On a personal note, just to let you know, our transition to our new back office organisation, Matrix, has gone particularly well. We now seem to be settled in pretty well, although we still got a few little glitches with our software, with some of the data coming from some of the fund managers. But the important thing is we're back using the standard software for the industry, and that's made a lot of our administration work much easier, although, as I say, we've still got a few little glitches with some what are called data feeds. Also, of course, you may recall that we've closed our Diamond Creek office, so don't go there anymore. We're not there, and we're now working from our home in Rosanna. Our phone and email remains unchanged, so you can just still call the normal numbers, and we've even still got box 488 for our post office, except it's now Post Office Box 488 Rosanna, not in Diamond Creek. And of course, working from home, we've got a different address. Our address is 6 Thompson Drive in Rosanna, Thompson without a P. But if you're coming here for a review meeting, we'll make sure you've got the details of the new address. So that's about it from me today. Obviously, please feel free to give a call or send an email if there's anything I can help with. Okay, thanks.